video will be on plies and pelvic floor breathing. I'll go over the basic positions in ballet, and we'll do some plies in those positions using our pelvic floor breathing. So for first position, we'll begin in parallel and rock back on the heels and open the toes. We don't want to adjust the feet, because it's going to compromise the knees and our balance and really create a funky foundation. So just begin where it's naturally comfortable, where you feel safe and solid in your base. In the second position, we'll be just stepping out about 1.5 feet. Your toes are also pointed out here. It's just a wider first position. For fourth position, begin in first and just point the toe forward. It's called a tendu, to stretch, and then allow that foot to just roll onto the floor. The heels will be about in line here. And you want your hip bones facing forward. And you want to distribute your weight in between both feet. I want my hips in between both feet as I plie. So in fourth position, we come into third position. And it'll just be the front heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. Again, just keeping your natural turnout. You don't want to compromise any of the more vulnerable muscles in the knees. And in fifth position would be the front heel in front of the ball of the back foot, around the toe and the ball of the back foot. We're not going to use fifth position today, but I thought I'd just throw that in there so you know the difference between third and fifth. We'll be using third in our plies today. So those are the legs, and we'll go over some of the arm positions. Coming into first position, I'm going to put the arms en bas. En bas means below. Bas, B-A-S, coming from the word bass, like in music, a bass singer, so a low, below area. But I'm going to lift my elbow slightly and puts a visual curve in the arm, but the shoulders are dropping down the back. One of my teachers said it's like you're holding a big bouquet of flowers. You want to be reaching through the wrists and the fingers, kind of softly holding these delicate flowers in the arms. So this is en bas, and we raise the arms up. I like to keep them, I guess, around the diaphragm area. In different studies of ballet, they would be higher or lower. We'll just keep them around the bottom of the ribs, fingertips reaching about that height. Elbows are still lifted, shoulders down the back. Almost like you're just lifting those flowers up to smell them, that big bouquet of flowers. For second position, we would just open the arms out. I still have a slight curve in the arms here, so they're kind of coming forward. So it's not straight out to the sides, but again, that kind of hugging sensation. Elbows are lifted, shoulders are down the back, reaching through the fingers and the wrists. Second position with the arms. Fifth position, we can come back to first. And then just raise them up. Hands are kind of like where the hairline is, kind of in that trajectory, and the elbows are slightly forward of the ears. They're not all the way back, just kind of in the periphery of your vision. Soften the ribs. Try not to arch as you're doing this. Just have that straight line through the body, and the arms are just kind of slightly forward. So this is fifth position. And now we'll go over plies, which is, plie means to bend. Let's do a couple of plies in parallel, just to warm up the ankles and the knees. So just inhale. Exhale, softening the body. Inhale, just bending the knees. And coming up. Just a few slow bounces. Feeling the muscles and the tendons of the ankle soften and stretch. Now let's go into a couple of releves. So come into the tips, the top of the toes, the balls of the feet. Rocking up into a releve, very easy. And taking a plie as you come down. Let's do a couple more. Good. If you haven't seen my video on pelvic floor breathing, you can go to my videos tab and look that up. It's going to give more information on the pelvic floor breathing, why it's beneficial, and ways to tap into sensing and feeling your pelvic floor. The important thing we're going to work on here with our plies is the breathing, feeling the breath in the body, what it feels like to do pelvic floor breathing. I find that bends and plies really accommodate that breath and sensing into it, because the movement just kind of goes along with that breath. So in our society, we tend to be taught to belly breathe, where we inhale and the belly comes forward, exhale, belly to spine. In pelvic floor breathing, we want to lengthen the abdomen as we inhale and kind of hold a tone in the abdomen so that we can allow the breath to fill the chest and the hips. So it's more of an hourglass shape where we're keeping integrity in the midline, in the core, but that gives us stability in our balance. It also allows us for the breath to move into the pelvic floor to soften and open, to stretch, and the organs to push down into the pelvic floor, give it some tone, and to compress the organs so that when we inhale, they fill back up with oxygen and blood and just flow and communicate more effectively. So as we're doing the plies, I want you to visualize the pelvic floor. You can visualize a balloon inflating into the pelvic floor, spreading, becoming larger, and then exhale, using the muscles of the pelvic floor to zip up and deflate that balloon. Inhale, allowing the balloon to spread and open, feeling the edge of that balloon along the pelvic floor. Exhale, squeezing the air out as you rise. You can also visualize a flower. So the flower within the pelvic floor, spreading and opening gently, the petals opening, and then closing, softly closing up as you exhale. Inhale, opening to the sunlight, spreading out in all angles. Exhale, gathering back into a bud. These kind of visualizations will help you connect to this sensation of the pelvic floor opening. Also, do it gently and in a mindful and loving way. So we'll begin with plies in first position. Let's rock back onto the heels, open the feet. Take a deep breath, exhale, soften into this position. The arms for this movement we'll start en bas, and as we inhale and lower, we'll bring them out to the side. Kind of the arms mimicking the movement of the pelvic floor. Exhale, gathering back into en bas. Inhale and opening. Exhale and closing. So I'll count it out. So just bend the knees, soften the feet. Push and as you straighten the legs, pushing the feet into the ground, spreading the toes, and drop those toes into the ground like roots, moving into the earth. Bring the arms en bas, shoulders be down the back, elbows slightly lifted, tuck the thumbs. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, soften into your plie, release the arms. 3, 4. Exhale, gather. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, the flower softly opening. 4. Exhale, pulling into midline. 3, 4. Inhale, filling up that balloon within the pelvic bowl. Exhale, deflating that balloon. Let's do one more. Inhale, spreading, opening. Exhale, gathering, lifting. Let's come into second position. From this position, I just want to show you how we're stacking the body as we bend. We don't want to bend forward as we plie. We want to allow the spine, almost if we had a wall or a pole down the back. I'm going to use the frame of this mirror. So you see I just slide down the frame, almost like I'm between two panes of glass. And I don't want to bend, come forward, or do something funky like that. Just trying to keep the ribs over the hips, ears over shoulders, letting the knees naturally go out to the side, right in line with the toes. So let's do second position. We'll bring the arms into second position. You notice in second, my arms are slightly forward and not straight out to the side, kind of that hugging sensation, like I'm gathering those flowers, but maybe it's just a whole field and I can't get my arms around it. So I'm going to inhale and exhale, So the arms will actually start in first position, and we'll open the arms, kind of guiding the breath through the pelvic floor as it opens. Exhale, coming together. Maybe not that deep of a bend. Let's just kind of go here. So we'll begin first position arms, second position legs. Take a deep inhale. Exhale and soften. Inhale to lower and spread open. Exhale, collect and gather the energy to midline. Inhale, balloon inflates within the pelvic bowl. Exhale, deflating the balloon. Inhale and bend. Exhale, straighten. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, gathering the midline. And release. Then we'll come into fourth. Let's come back to first. Rocking back into first. Pointing the right foot forward. Let that foot come down. Making sure I'm in between both feet. The arms for our fourth position plie. We'll come to first. And as we bend, the arm that connects to the back leg will open. So whichever the front leg is, we'll leave that arm in first position. The other arm will come to second position. And what I want to concentrate on here, not only my pelvic floor breathing, keeping my hips straight and staying in between my feet, almost like I'm on a compass and I want to come straight up from the center. Especially in this position, focusing on the arms, moving at the same pace as the legs. With my arms extend and my knees bend, they stop at the same point. Start to come up, again stopping at the same point. So begin fourth position legs, first position arms, take a deep breath. Exhale and soften. Inhale to bend, spreading open. Exhale, zipping to the midline. Inhale, balloon is inflating. Exhale, deflate and rise. Inhale, open. Exhale, zipping up. One more. Inhale. Exhale, right through the center. Let's just come to third from here. Bringing that heel, the front foot into the arch of the back foot. We're going to start with the arms in fifth position. Softening the ribs. Let's go ahead and soften the knees and then pushing the feet into the ground, spreading through the toes, rising from the spine. As we inhale and drop, the arms are going to come into second. Exhale, lifting back up to center. We'll begin here. Legs in third, arms in fifth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend into your plie. Keeping those heels on the ground. Exhale, up to center. Inhale, flower opening, softening. Exhale, gathering together. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Do one more. Inhale, open. Exhale, zipping up the center line. Good. Relax the arms. Let's come into fourth on the other side. Starting from first, pointing the left foot forward. Relaxing the foot down. Finding our hips, hip bones pointing forward. Relaxing between both feet. Raise the arms into first. Take a deep inhale. Exhale and soften. Inhale to bend, releasing the pelvic floor, softening like flower opening. Exhale, gathering together. Inhale, opening, both heels on the ground. Exhale, closing. Inhale, balloon inflating in the pelvic bowl. Exhale, deflating that balloon. One more. Inhale, open, spreading. Exhale, gathering, zipping up. Let's come into third. Bring the arms into fifth. Deep inhale, relax the ribs as you exhale. Inhale, drop and open. Exhale, gather, zipping up. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, gather. Inhale and open. Exhale, gather. One more, inhale, flowering. Exhale, pulling yourself together. Now we'll do some grand plies and releves. So we were doing demi plies, which is a half plie, grand plies or full plie. But it's good to warm up with the demi plies before we attempt some grand plies. So let's come back into first position. Do first position grand plies. Leave the arms en bas. Especially important in the grand plies to stack our body correctly, because we're going to be bending the ankles. So we're holding a large load on the ankles, giving it a lot of work to do. Keeping the breath soft, spreading open the pelvic floor so we're not gripping, keeping the body light, open and airy. So from first position, arms en bas. We're just going to leave them en bas so we don't have to worry about them moving and paying attention to that. So we can focus more on the pelvic floor and strengthening our legs and zipping up as we exhale and rise. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, soften into your plie. 2, 3, 4. Zip up. 2. Push in those heels. 4. We'll do 2 more of these and then we'll go into releves. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lower. 2, 3, 4. Exhale to gather. Rolling the feet into the ground. 4. Inhale, release. 3, 4. Exhale, zipping up. 2, 3. Releve. 2, 3, 4. Hold. And release. Coming into second position, grand plies. We'll hold the arms in second position, spreading out from the heart center, releasing and relaxing the lower body. Inhale here, exhale and bend. Just drop lower than your demis, but keeping the knees going in line with the toes. Exhale, coming up. Inhale, dropping, making sure your back is going down that invisible wall, pole, or planes of glass. One more down, spreading. Exhale, zipping up even more to rise into releve. Reaching out through the palms, the wrists, pushing into the ground with the toes. Exhale and lower. I'll come into fourth position. Fourth position grand plies are a lot more complicated. The ankles are really in vulnerable positions. So we're just going to do one, if at all. You don't need to do it, but I will show you what it looks like. So as I inhale, I keep my arms en bas. Exhale, inhale, bending the knees, going all the way down. Both of my heels come off the ground. This may not be the case for you. Exhale, coming up. You just want to make sure you're staying in the center. If the back of your legs are stretched enough that you can keep your feet and your heels on the ground, that's fine, but typically they're going to rise. And exhale. So we're just going to do 2 demi plies, 1 grand plie, and the releve. Feel free to do all demi plies. That might be a smart move if your knees aren't used to this. So just go ahead and go and work on those demi plies. So we're going to keep the arms en bas, shoulders down the back, elbows slightly lifted. Inhale. Exhale, make sure the hip bones are pointing forward. Inhale, soften the knees and lower. Exhale and rise. Inhale, demi. Exhale, rise. Zipping up. Inhale, releasing the pelvic floors. Go ahead and lower down if you like. Exhale, zipping up, staying in between both feet. Let's go ahead and rise into releve. Breathing here. Spreading through the collarbones, soften the shoulders. Exhale, lower. Let's go into third on the right side. Here we'll keep the arms en bas. And once again, we're only going to do 2 demis and 1 grand and then releve. Just really paying attention to the back. I'm going to go ahead and do this one from the side. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Inhale, demi. Exhale, zipping up through the midline. Inhale, softening the pelvic bowl. Exhale, gathering. Inhale all the way down. Really releasing the pelvic floor, breath filling up like a balloon. Exhale, deflating that balloon. That balloon deflating and you're rising up from that air. And release when you're ready. Go into fourth position on the other side. Relax the feet down. Make sure my hips are forward and my weight is evenly distributed. Arms on ba, shoulders down the back, elbows lift. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, demi. Exhale, zipping into the midline. Inhale, toning the belly, releasing the pelvic floor. Exhale, zipping up. Inhale, lengthening the abdomen. Let's go all the way down if you like. And rise, 2, 3, 4. Coming into third, will be our last set. Arms on ba. Relaxing the knees, spread the toes, dig the feet in the ground. Press into the heels and the balls of the feet. Extending the legs, going up through the spine. Spreading across the collarbone. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, softly demi. Spreading that flower open. Exhale, gathering. Inhale, petals releasing. Exhale, gathering in. Inhale all the way down. Breath moving through the pelvic bowl. Exhale, gathering through the midline, zipping up the body. Rising up. Releasing when you're ready. Coming back into first. Thank you for your practice. I hope to see you in the next video.